and welcome to another movie reviews video. I make movie reviews here on this channel every Sunday. They are always spoiler free and I leave timestamps in the description box below, so if there is a particular movie you want to hear my thoughts on, you can scroll along to that time and not have to listen to the other reviews. I saw 3 movies in cinemas this week. I will also leave last week's movie reviews linked up here in case I talk about something that you are considering seeing in theatres this week. I was supposed to see 4 movies in cinema this week. I attempted to go and see Lucy in the Sky twice. However, I did not have much luck because the first time I went to see it, it was the first screening in the morning. They realised there was something wrong with the projector, so they cancelled that screening. I went off and did other things. I bought a ticket again to see it, same time on Wednesday. Again, I got there, they were like, yeah, we had to order a part for the projector. It's not going to be playing today. So I have tickets to see it next week. I did actually see another 4th movie in cinemas though. I went to see Alien on the big screen, which I hadn't seen before, but is on the IMDb's top 100 movies list, which if you've been following my movie talk for a little while, you will know that I am currently attempting to watch all of the 100 movies in the IMDb top 100 list as of January at the start of this year. So if something is on the big screen, we take the opportunity and we go and see that. That was one of those where I arrived and the seats that I booked didn't exist because they'd moved the movie theatre and there was 2 less seats in the row that I'd booked the seats in. So my movie theatre was just not doing well this week. That was everything that I expected it to be. A lot of you have probably already seen it. I'd never seen it before because it's not really something that kind of interests me. It was action-packed, there was some jumpy bits. The CGI was very good, but it surprises me that it came out the same time as Star Wars and still did as well as it did, considering the fact that it's quite similar. And apparently I went to the bathroom during one of the crucial scenes, so I then watched that afterwards just on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my thing, but it was good to be able to see it on the big screen. And then we came home and watched the second film because that is also on the list, funnily enough. So the first film I actually managed to see successfully in cinemas this week with no issues was El Camino, which is the Breaking Bad movie, which is on Netflix right now, but had limited release in some theatres. It was literally just playing for 5 days at a dine-in theatre near me. So we went to see it on Monday night, had dinner, watched the movie. It was lovely. I think for me, who isn't a Breaking Bad fan, I haven't watched the show really. I know the basis of it and I've seen the locations in Albuquerque. So it was cool seeing those locations on the screen, but it was good that it was just this kind of one person's story. It wasn't really like oh, here's like another big part of Breaking Bad and we've made it into a movie. It felt like it was just telling this one person's story, and it has flashbacks and it has kind of current events, and again it's action packed. It's a bit of a thriller. It's a bit yeah, definitely an action movie, but it was easier to follow as a non-Breaking Bad fan because it's just this one standalone thing for his story. So I quite enjoyed it. I was definitely, my attention was held captive whilst I was in there, even though I don't, I'm not invested in the story. And there was plenty of action to go around. I wouldn't say it necessarily has to be seen on the big screen, so if you are considering watching this on Netflix, then go for it. But I do think you'll probably get more out of it knowing the character already. So if you're a Breaking Bad fan, obviously recommend this to you. Then when I went to cinema on Wednesday and couldn't see Lucy in the Sky again, I decided to change my tickets and go and see Jexi, which is the film starring Adam, I never know if it's Adam Devine or Adam Devine. I think it's Devine, but if you know, tell me in the comments. It stars him and he gets a new phone, and Jexi is basically that phone's version of Siri, and she kind of says, okay, I'm here to make your life better, and he doesn't understand that that really means that she's going to try and change his life for him. It's very funny and very silly. There are some very rude parts. There are some very sexual jokes. It's set in San Francisco. You know, it's not anything groundbreaking, but I really like him in films, and I like all the films that he's in. Obviously, his kind of humour is quite slapstick and quite sexual, and but there was a bit of a love story in there as well, and there was a bit of a message about not being so tied to our phones and not being quite so, yes, everything in my life is on my phone, which, you know, is an interesting message. Whether we decide to take anything from that is up to us. The humour, if you're going in there, it is an R-rated movie, and the humour is such. I really enjoyed it. I laughed. Other people in the theatre laughed. There weren't many of us in the theatre first thing on a Wednesday morning. But yeah, it's just that silly kind of humour. Would I say you have to see it on the big screen? Probably not. But if you're looking for something else to see this week at the cinemas that isn't, you know, the big Disney picture or the big Will Smith picture, it could be one to add to your list. Then the fourth film that I managed to see in cinemas this week was Maleficent 2. I'm sure it's got a subtitle that I can't remember right now. I hadn't seen Maleficent 1, so I watched that on Thursday before going to see Maleficent on Friday. It is definitely one that benefits from being on the big screen. The CGI was really good. The special effects were top notch. I think that it's not a sequel that is necessary if you're sat there thinking, but Maleficent 1 kind of wrapped up nicely, and why do we need to revisit it? Yeah, I think they're just cashing in on the success of the first movie, unfortunately, but it is a very visually pleasing film to watch. It has good sound. It's Disney, so it's got a bit of that Disney magic. It felt a bit like a cross between, yeah, Maleficent 1 and then bringing in some like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings style epic battles, and kind of smushing them together. And then there is one particular scene that I was like, are we watching an Avengers movie right now? Is Thanos around somewhere? If you've seen it and you know what I'm talking about, then again, let me know in the comments, because that felt, I know that, you know, they're both Disney now, but yeah, it felt very like, oh, we've just crossed a bridge. I'm not sure if we can come back from that. Yeah, it was all right, and it was good to see it on the big screen. Obviously, it is one that is gonna be made for the big screen. The storyline, I, you know, couldn't repeat it all back to you now, but was, you know, follow alongable. But yeah, if you are a Maleficent fan, then definitely go and see this one in the cinemas. If you didn't watch Maleficent 1 or you have no interest in it, then just avoid this film, because I don't think it's worth seeing apart from the spectacular visuals on the screen and the kind of little bit of Disney magic that's in there. Yes, so I feel like I haven't had an awful lot to say about the films that I've seen this week. Hopefully the films I go to watch next week, I have some tickets already booked, I will be more positive about, or will kind of blow my socks off a little bit more than the films I saw this week. I think having such issues seeing films at the start of the week has kind of made my week slide a little bit in terms of the movies that I've seen or attempted to see. So fingers crossed I get to see Lucy in the Sky next week and talk to you about it here. I also have tickets for Zombieland Double Tap, and then I'm hoping to see a documentary in the cinemas next week as well, and try and see if I can find tickets to see The Lighthouse. It's got a very limited release here right now. but we'll see. We will see. So yes, I will be back with another movie reviews video next Sunday, so make sure you are subscribed so that lands in your subscription feed. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in comments if there is anything in particular you would like me to go and see at the movie theatres this week and report back on here next week. I'm more than happy to do that. I will be back with more bookish content in the week for you, and back with that movie reviews video next Sunday, so I'll see you then. Bye.